Howdy y'all, Banana Babe here, and I want to talk to you about something I never talk about. Adrenals. No, I talk I talk about it all the time. So as some of you know, a very friendly challenge going on between Rebecca Rosenberg, Texas Fruitarian, and myself, just for funsies, and not your typical sort of, challenge smackdown kind of stuff that goes on the internet. So, but what's becoming clear is, as I've also said in many videos, I just don't want to tell people what to do. I don't like being told what to do. I really don't. I don't like people telling me how to think. I don't like people telling me what I should believe, whether it's, politics or religion or parenting, anything. I don't, about, reproductive rights, my uterus, just, stay out of all of it. So I'm becoming more and more uncomfortable, more and more discomfort as this goes, and parameters and guidelines, and I'm all over the place with it too, because for me, this challenge in support of her bodybuilding and building muscle and losing fat has nothing to do with calories. It's zero to do with calories. It has nothing to do with pushing her out of her comfort zone, though, challenges, that's kind of usually what comes with the territory. But it was all in support of her, and also my theory that this whole notion of reducing calories to lose weight while you're on low-fat raw vegan, now that, as I've said, calories it's a whole new ball game with 80-10-10. I totally get reduction of calories, even intermittent fasting with eating cooked food, particularly animal products. So this is just to do with low-fat raw vegan, and just, addressing the adrenals. And calories are just one way of doing that. So I was kind of, throwing out calories, and then, she wouldn't have to up calories if there was fresh celery juice, and if she went to bed by 10:30. So it's like trying to do this equation, E equals MC squared, or, volume times pressure divided by, I'm not a math science person, but, though I'm interested in them, but yeah. So, that if you add one thing that was going to do the trick. So it just, I'm just starting to get way too uncomfortable with this. And life here for me is heating up with the school year, and now with other added pieces with that. And so I'm backing out of the challenge for what I'm asking of Rebecca, but I'm fine with her continuing to ask what she asked of me, which is just, the flat 3,500 calories. So to do that for a month, that's totally fine. Because again, I ask people to increase calories outside of their comfort zone all the time. So hey, put my banana where my mouth is. So for her, it's about pushing my comfort zone and kind of, walking the walk, which I get. Mine was not in that way for her. I was excited to see how this would all go with my theory, because I keep telling people, you want to lose weight, increase calories. So, and she wants to lose fat and build muscle. Though granted, when you build muscle, you do gain weight. So for me, calories are energy units. So I just want to talk a little bit more about that, and also about celery juice. So this is all about replenishing the adrenals. And adrenals and stomach acid go hand in hand. Adrenaline burns through stomach acid. So that means then you're not digesting as well, you're not getting as much of the nutrients. And eating low-fat raw vegan in and of itself assists tremendously. So, but another thing, that influences the adrenals is the fact that when we have, I talked about this change of state or exertion, change of state of being, not a literal state, change of state of being or exertion, that it's important to, add something to that mix. So, if it's workouts, adding calories. If it's detox, adding calories. Detox takes energy. And if it's being cold, like literally, the weather being colder, or being outside in the cold, or being in air conditioning like I've been, hideous, that you need more calories. So it's all kind of interconnected, more sleep. And for me also, digestion plays an issue in terms of stress to the system and the adrenals, because adrenals kick in when you're trying to digest something that is a little bit more difficult as well, particularly animal products. But for me, digesting zucchini and butternut squash takes more effort, and I can feel it only in tiredness, and it's so subtle. And I know she eats a lot of butternut squash and may have no issue with that. So, but I was throwing that in the mix, just all in the mix in support of adrenals. And it's, it's just too many moving pieces. It's too all over the place. And I wish I had a formula, and you could just slot it in each day. X plus Y equals support of adrenals, and be done with it. And maybe I'll do that someday. I don't see formulas, in my future, but who knows. So, and Greta asked a great question. She said, why would overt fats be in this mix? And again, that's another piece of it, telling Rebecca not to include overts in this, because overts are a drain on the body for digestion. Again, can be minimal. If it's kept at 10%, not a big deal, but it's a drain. So my whole purpose in this was, because digestion and then the liver being burdened, and stomach acid, helping with the digestion piece of it. And then when adrenaline kicks in, it affects your thyroid, and thyroid, huge piece in terms of weight gain and weight loss. So blah, 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 all that to say, I said I would explain adrenals. Adrenals to me are very much like a bank, right? You put in, the ripe fruit, tender greens, you put in fresh celery juice. And again, I am huge on prep. Prep is so important. You're leaving the house in the morning for an hour and a half commute. You've got animals to take care of, or if there's children to take care of, animals, children, all kinds of things that, can happen in a morning. Mornings are very stressful. Having things prepped the night before of huge help. Fresh celery juice, though, is important to be fresh. When I say fresh, I don't mean, that it can be made, the day before or the night before. I mean, like, you make it and you drink it within 30 minutes, because the mineral salts are fairly volatile, and for, to get the most and effective use of them, it needs to be made and gotten into your body quickly within 30 minutes. And again, this is not to set anyone up for failure in terms of prep, but what it's also doing is, if people aren't aware of that, it's setting them up for failure to think that they are supporting their adrenals and weight loss or weight gain, whatever change of state, thinking, wow, I'm drinking 16 ounces, 20 ounces, 24 ounces, what is going on? I'm not having the kind of success that I would like to see. So that's all. I'm just throwing out there that I don't also want to set up anyone for failure that, is making celery juice the night before, or the day before, and, having it and thinking this is not doing what people are saying it's doing. So celery juice is great anytime. Drink it. It won't hurt you, but you're not going to get that kind of, support to the adrenals that people, are craving and talk about and rave about and are appreciative of. So prep, absolutely. Smoothies the day before, fantastic. Salads, sauces, dressings, do it all. When it comes to mineral salts, it's another matter. Again, my opinion, my understanding. Take it all with a grain of celery salt. Seriously, y'all. So many people have told me so many things in my life that have not served me, and have told me many things in my life that could have, and I ignored. So do anything you like with what I tell you. Mull it over, leave it behind, embrace it for a little while, try it, don't try it. I respect and value all of those choices, because that kind of choice in life is really important. So I don't know I hope I've answered questions, that I've helped somehow make this more clear, that anything that takes exertion, just pick it. And for me, using adrenaline, having it kick in, takes exertion. I mean, it's a drain on the system. Adrenaline is very caustic. If you literally put it on your flesh, on your skin, it would burn, like sulfuric acid. It is some caustic stuff. So it's associated with aging as well. But here's one way, here's a little tip if you've made it all the way to the end. To see how your stomach acid is, again, take this with a grain of celery salt. I don't know if this is accurate, but to try it out, eat some raw garlic, all right, and see if you reek of it. When I say reek, I love the smell. It's a beautiful reek to me. But when I eat raw garlic, no one can smell it coming off my pores. Obviously, if I just ate it, if I breathe on them, they can smell it on my breath and, on my fingers, which, I adore. So, but I mean, literally where people are like, yeah, I can smell you've had, like, ooh, who's been having garlic? And sometimes it takes loved ones to actually tell you this and be truthful about it. Not everyone may, oh, you smell fine. So try it out. Also, for me, garlic is really important to me because it kills mercury's dead, but it helps remove mercury from my body, and I'm still with heavy metal detox. So mercury is something I want out of my body, and garlic is in support of that. So I think it's an experiment. It may bring on detox though too, depending where you are. I certainly don't recommend it on an empty stomach. It can kind of burn a little bit, but I love it with my nanners, with my bananas. I hope please, in your ask questions below. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope this is of support to those who are interested in adrenals and supporting them and losing weight or gaining weight or feeling more robust. And again, if you don't agree with this or believe it, I totally respect that. I really do. Thank you so much for listening, y'all, and see you next time.